I'm particularly attracted to a work like Moby-Dick that is so uniquely American, and it's an extraordinarily proud thing to work on and bring to the stage. So for me, the performance of new works is one of the most vital things we do in the performing arts. When you're conducting a new work as opposed to conducting an established repertory opera, of course you're not competing with memories of the past with a new work in the way that you are with an established repertory piece, except I find that conducting a lot of new works as I do, it makes me approach the repertory works differently. I approach them as new each time I do them, and I've listened to performances of things that I've done 15, 20 years ago that are extraordinarily different from the way I would conduct them now. And I like that. I think that's a vital and sort of new way to look at all music. And I think a concentration on new music does that for artists and for audience. So as far as my own work, I try to be as prepared as I possibly can, and the great advantage of working on a new opera is that I have the composer there to answer questions for me, and that's an incredibly wonderful thing that I never take for granted, because there are many things in art that you cannot write down. A score is very, very important. It's a great, great roadmap to a work. But a score is not music any more than a map is a city. You have to, I love hearing about the details of a certain passage or the way that a word is set from the composer himself. And that's a great, great advantage of working on new works. And you try to transfer that aesthetic into works where, you know, the composers are no longer with us. Gene Scheer particularly did such a brilliant job of distilling this massive novel, which is of course told as a memoir. It's told back to front, partially told back to front. And Gene so brilliantly reverses the action into a more conventional narrative. Of course, the pages after pages after pages in Moby-Dick of how to render whale oil and the history of whaling in the United States and all of the things that are unique about the novel, because Melville in the novel lures you along, kind of lulls you along with all these details about whaling, and then suddenly he'll come into this extraordinarily dramatic narrative moment between the characters. And Gene so beautifully carried that through the work of Moby-Dick. And you know, it's interesting that every aspect of the novel has been mined for philosophical significance, because whaling was a microcosmic world of the United States in the 19th century. Very much the pursuit of whale oil in the 19th century is mirrored in the pursuit of oil, petroleum, in the 20th and 21st century. And the parallels are quite extraordinary. And we have some of that feeling of pursuit in the opera. But of course, Moby-Dick is about the obsessions that plague us, all of us, whatever they are, and how they play out in our lives. We're not all as obsessive as Captain Ahab, willing to bring down an entire ship for his own pursuit. But we find in the opera, largely through Jake's writing and through Jake's musical version of Captain Ahab, we find out why. And I find that it's a wonderful thing that makes the opera unique from the novel itself. I find very moving about the opera. I think this production of Moby-Dick at San Francisco Opera was special to me because, of course, I was a boy at San Francisco Opera myself in a lot of ways. I just finished my 26th season at the San Francisco Opera, and I'm not exactly an old guy yet. And Jake and I were youngsters in the profession together, now nearly 20 years ago. And I think to perform this opera in our home theater was a very personal joy for both of us. So certainly every work I have performed at the San Francisco Opera, which is now many, has been very special to me, but none more so than the experience of bringing Moby-Dick back into the San Francisco Opera, where Jake and I both grew up.